What is the deadliest sport for hikers in the most hikable national park in the whole Latin America? Just read my hiking guide or another book, Survival Guide for Hikers. They both available at Amazon. Just type my name at search line or just follow the link below in the description. So I give you 4 locations where hikers may face really deadliest troubles, in the hiking experience. So and I will follow you from the least dangerous to the highest dangerous hiking spots. So the first place is taken by a windy pass, which is located just 4 kilometers from Cerón camping site. So it's kind of the highest point in this hiking stretch from Cerón to Dixon, and there you can experience really very intensively blown from all directions winds, and people may also experience some vertigo because it's quite high from the surroundings. So it's around 200 meters from the Paine Grande Lake below or Paine Grande River. So just make sure that you have a kind of very grippy hiking boots and of course hiking poles. The third place is taken by eastern part of John Garten Pass, which is just facing gray glacier nearby, and once you descend from John Garten Pass, so you will go into such kind of environment, very harsh environment actually, because the presence, the very close presence of the glacier will make this kind of room for hiking very cold, very humid, and very windy. So the trail may occur very dirty, with a lot of facing up, tree roots, and it also can be very muddy because of humidity. So make sure that again you are prepared here to hike on this very steep slope from El Paso, from John Garten Pass to the Gray Lagoon camping site. You will also walk through 3 hanging bridges above quite deep canyons with rivers. So make sure you don't have a very heavy backpack, and watch your steps, and again be prepared for all conditions. The number 2 in my list will take for the most popular hiking trail from Las Torres camping site to actually Torres Peaks. So, and the most dangerous part of this trail is just maybe the last 2 kilometers, just before you take to the top of this trail. So be prepared that you will get to the conditions where you have to hike through a very narrow trail, which goes time to time crossing by some mountain creek, so it will be quite muddy and wet, and then you will go through some kind of rocky terrain, rocky field with very sharp at edges stones, and at the end of this trail, just before Torres Lagoon and Torres Base, you will see really big rocks, boulders, through which you have to hike. So make sure that again you have very good grippy hiking boots, of course 2 hiking poles, better to have also gloves, and because of cold you may have also something, some windbreaker or something warm with you, maybe some warm tea as well, warm coffee. So people here also experience troubles with hiking. Make sure you are prepared. And of course, number one in my list goes for John Garten mountain pass. This is the most deadliest. This is the deadliest spot in the whole national park, and it's not just because of words deadliest, but because it literally kills people. Just recently, last year, in the late November 2025, 5 hikers died here. Really, it was a really huge tragedy. You can search in the internet and you'll see a lot of papers describing this tragedy happened there. So 5 hikers, 2 from Mexico, 2 from Germany, from my country where I live, and 1 person was from UK. They all died because of hypothermia, because they got into the middle of a snowstorm, and the storm was so heavy, so bloody, so cold that they could not survive. Even so, the stretch between Los Perros camping site and the highest point on this pass, which is around 1,200 meters above sea level, it's not that much you have to hike. It's around 4 or 5 kilometers stretch in hiking trail. But still, if you get very cold, icy winds and snow, so the visibility will be below 0. So you can get to the conditions where you have to learn before, not at that time, but you have to learn before how to put your tent at such wind, at such weather conditions, how to survive, what to do, how to hide your tent. So it's very difficult for novice hikers to survive these conditions if you face it first time in your life. So you have to be prepared. You have to know all these details, how to very fast and high winds put your tent, how to hide there, so how to call for help and so on. And for other hikers that they were together, they were smarter than these 5. Unfortunately for these 5, but fortunately for these 4, they instantly understood what is going on, and they turned back to Los Perros camping site. And because they did that, they survived. The search and rescue team rescued them. And so make sure, if you take a hike for this whole circuitry, and the weather could be in Las Torres or in Cerron or in Dixon, very nice, very sunny, no any storms coming to the place, but still in this particular place of Andes in South America, in Patagonia, the weather can turn from white to the black in a second, because the presence of really huge glaciers around, a lot of snow, and but the windy passes, they can just blow all the snow to your face, to the place where snow should not exist in the summer. In this November, late November, it's a late spring in Patagonia. The snow should not be there, but they've got into really snow storm, and they could not survive hypothermia. So make sure you are prepared, you are safe, and see you somewhere on the trails. Ciao.